Good morning, everyone. And it's quite early for me, and normally I don't have a phone call in this time. But I'm do my best for for my talk. So we are from the OpenInfra Korea User Group, and we are today we are talking about how we empowering the contributing the OpenStack in South Korea. So I will introduce what is OpenStack for who doesn't know about the OpenStack. So OpenStack is an open source for the for making the virtual machine or container or bare metal in your infrastructure. So if you have if you want to have your own private cloud, the OpenStack is the best choice for now. And of course, the OpenStack is very good for the cloud native system or the open source based on infrastructure. So before we start, I will introduce our user groups and what kind of activities we have. So the OpenInfra Korea User Group was created in February 2011. So it is just 1 year after the OpenStack was born in this world. So at the first, our user group was name was the OpenStack Korea User Group, but for now the name has been changed as an OpenInfra. Because the OpenStack Foundation, they are changed their foundation's name in OpenInfra Foundation in maybe, as I remember correctly, 2020. And our user group is official user group of OpenInfra Foundation for now. So anyone in South Korea can join our group, and you can learn and share the knowledge of what is OpenStack and how to use OpenStack and each ecosystem. Then, why we want to contribute to OpenStack from the user group? As you know, the user group's main activities are very important in their open source community. Yeah, of course, the OpenStack Korea User Group's activities are very important to the OpenStack community. But most of our activities, or most of user groups' activities, are mainly locally. That means if someone are joining the Korea User Group, they can meet only the Korean, not the global communities. So we want the Korea User Group to meet global developers and users in the other countries, because we want to know more knowledges and more experience about the OpenStack. So I think about that for years. Then my opinion is the source code contribution is the most direct way to participate in the OpenStack communities. Of course, the user group activities such as having a meetup or having a study group is also very important, but contributing as a source code is most direct way to meet the global communities. So then what do you need for the contribution? And as a community organizers, what do we need to empowering the contributing the OpenStack to our communities? The OpenStack communities, the OpenStack global community provide the OpenStack Upstream Institute. So you can learn how to contribute to the OpenStack and how to use our tools. Basically, we don't use GitHub to managing our source code or reviewing our issues. We use the Get-it, which is made by the Google, to reviewing the source code and to managing the issues, some kind of bugs. We mostly use a Launchpad, which is made by the Canonical. Yeah. So before COVID-19, the OpenStack Summit officially hosted the Upstream Institute program the day before the main summit. We have a global summit every year, but before the global summit, the foundation held an Upstream Institute program to the whole attendees. And as far as I know, each user group is also holding an upstream training event in their local. So of course, the Korea user group have been about 4 or 5 times to about the Upstream Institute. In this guide, you can use the training repository. It's named Sandbox. Since you should not send a patch or send a bug to the actual OpenStack project because you are still the beginning, still the beginners. So you can practice the code review and how to send a patch with this repository. So the Sandbox project is such like a playground for the trainees. But however, just practicing in the Sandbox repository is not enough because you need to learn, you need to know a lot of things to do an actual contribution, such as writing the test case or using the talks to build whole project. And you also need to know how to write the document in the OpenStack repository. So we decide to try real activities about how to contribute, and as a community organizers, we decide to contribute to the real OpenStack project. Yeah, it is not an easy way, but let the organizers take action first. And then we can tell our community members to, okay, we can contribute to the OpenStack, even though you don't know about the OpenStack. So, fortunately, the one of OpenStack project maintainers lives in South Korea about maybe 4 years ago. So he was a Searchlight PTL. The PTL means the project team leaders. So if we send a patch to the Searchlight, maybe he can review very quickly and merge our patches. So that's a good chance for us. This is his name, but I don't know how to pronounce name of this site, but he called me he called Jin, so I call him Jin. Anyway, the Jin was the Searchlight PTL, and it was about the 3 months program to how to contributing to the Searchlight and how the source code looks like. So actually, we did not contribute much patch, only maybe in my memory about the 2 patches, but we were able to study various knowledge necessary to contribute code to the OpenStack. Yeah, it is very difficult to the GitHub-based open source project because the GitHub-based open source project using the pull request. So, but in the Get you have to use different tools. It is called a Git review. So the every patch is amended just before the last commit. You cannot commit every change. You reuse the last commit with the git commit or dash amend. And while these organizers were studying together, the Korea government made a really interesting program. So it is Contribution Academy. Sorry for the it is written in Korea, but you can read the English just right side on the Korean title. So its name was the Contributon. So Contributon is a combination of contribution and marathon. So the this program is focused on the how to contributing to the open source in South Korea's student or programmers. This program is hosted by the Ministry of Science and ICT in Korea, and it aimed to student and open source worker who wants to contributing the open source, but don't know the how, and even they don't have a time. This program has a mentor. The mentor is some kind of maintainers or committers of some open source. And mentors are introducing their open source to the mentees, and the mentees are applying the project or project what they want to contribute. And we plunk up the courage to mentor this program about 2020. Yeah, and this time we are 20. Yeah, for 5th times. So we already know about how to contributing the OpenStack, and we do a real activities to contributing the OpenStack project. But can we be a mentor for the OpenStack project? First, we had to choose which component we are going to target. This is the landscape of the OpenStack. In the red box, this is called a core component. If you want to make some virtual machine or containers, those you only set up those components in your physical machine or virtual machines. So, and most of people want to contribute in the core component because it is very essential component, and it is some kind of very nice to showing the other people's, but it is very difficult to contributing directly to this component because you have to know a lot of things. For example, the Neutron is a networking component to create the virtual networking in our data center. If you want to set up this component, or if you want to lead the code, the Neutron, you have to know about how the computer networking works and what kind of the virtualization of networking are here. So most of our mentees are university students, so they don't know much about the networking things. And even though they want to contributing the Nova, it is a computing component, they don't know about how to create the virtual machine with the KVM. So we at the first year, we are talking to our mentees. Okay, you can contribute those projects, but anyone can contribute, and anyone can set up their developed environment. So we decide to the other component to make it easily to contributing to the OpenStack. So we found these sections. This section is about the client tools. The OpenStack client and OpenStack SDK is the best option for us because in this project you don't need to learn. You don't need to know much about the OpenStack. You just know about how to use REST API or how to write the code by the Python to use these OpenStack APIs. So SDK and client are easy to understand the code structure and flow, and it is good for studying OpenStack and contributing code at the same time. Because the OpenStack client is just a client to use the OpenStack. So you can learn what kind of features in OpenStack and how to use them. Okay, so for now, we will listen to the story of Yoonsoo. Yoonsoo was the mentee in 2021, and now he became a main mentors of our upselling contribution program. So please big applause to the Yoonsoo, and let's hear his story. Thank you.
Hello, hello everyone. My name is Yoonsoo. I have been working at NH Cloud since 2021, and I operating cloud system based on OpenStack. And I have been contributing OpenStack until now from 2020. I like to exercise on my free time. Mostly CrossFit is my favorite, and I do tennis time to time. Okay. Uh, the first time I met OpenStack was through my university graduation project. I created an educational platform using OpenStack to practice hacking and security. As an undergraduate student, reading and studying OpenStack was very difficult. Especially at the time, the only resource I had were a few computers with 2 cores and 6 GB of memory. I had to create an OpenStack cluster with this resource. At the time, there wasn't much information about OpenStack in Korea. So, the only place I could ask my questions was the OpenStack Korea User Group. So, I posted it a ton of questions and got a lot of help. And fortunately, I had the opportunity to meet with the community organizers. So I posted a lot of questions on the community. So the organizers were curious how I got to know OpenStack and studying it. So I was invited to OpenStack birthday party held every July and shared my story with community. And there I was introduced to the Contribution Academy, where I could directly contribute to OpenStack and apply to become a mentee. Also, I only knew how to use OpenStack. There were difficulties I encountered and contributed to OpenStack for the first time. Since I knew how to write Python code, it wasn't difficult to read to code and figure out how it worked. And it was also possible to add new features. However, the moment I finished implementing the new great feature and was about to make my first commit, there was one thing blocking my work. There's test case. This is difficult. That our mentees face every year. Then we develop with usually focus on functionality. I knew concept of TDD, which involves developed by create test case. But I had never actually tried it. However, open source ensured stability and trust based on test case. Create test case was a very difficult task for me. So, rather than find and resolve issues right away, our team decided to run by create a practice process for contributing code. We learn about the structure and behavior by add simple code to features what already had. Through this process, we could learn the OpenStack client and SDK code structure. And with the minor feature I added, the exist test case naturally varied. So I fixed the bad test case for the new minor feature. Through this process, we could learn test case structure. With this process, most mentees were able to how to read existing code and write test case very easily. Okay, now ready to contribute. Let's find the issues from storyboard and solve it. Could we have done it? It's not like that. There were many issues, but didn't know how to solve. Some issues are so old that they are impossible to reproduce. It was a difficult problem beginner. Above, it was difficult to even understand the issues without using OpenStack or without know much about it. We had to find other ways to make easier for our mentees to contribute. Fortunately, the OpenStack client has features that even beginners can easily contribute to. OpenStack client integrates the CLI that each component has. Then there will be instructions that have not been implemented yet. There was table mapping, component CLI, and OpenStack client. There are many things that haven't been implemented yet. We decided to implement these things. This was very easy and fun to develop. Rather than solve it on issues someone else had posted. We have been mentoring on this topic for 2 years. The year after I served as a mentee, I received an opportunity to be a mentor. I wasn't to prevent others from experiencing the trials and errors I went through as a beginner. So I understood their minds best and knew what they need. But the most important reason was there was no big reason. I love OpenStack. I hope there are more people using OpenStack, and I hope this open source continues for a long time. With that in mind, I decided to become a mentor, and I continue to so to this day. Thank you for listening to my story up to this point.
Okay, so what's the next step for our journey? So this is our achievement from the 2020 to the 2022. So at the first, we just only sent us only 3 patches and 1 bug report and 2 issue comment. But in 2022, this is a very big step. So to 2021, we implemented about the 8 new commands, as Yoonsoo mentioned before. And in 2022, we added the 3 new commands. But this is the very important. This 8 new command is only for the client. This 3 command is both client and SDK. And then the last year, this is a very big step for us. We suggest a new feature about 12 new features. This is a very incredible. This is not from the open source maintainers. This is come from our mentees. Okay, I have only 10 seconds. Thank you. So in 2024, now I'm retired as a mentor, and we have 4 mentors in this year. So whole mentors are transitioned from the mentees. That means the mentees become mentors about during the 4 years. So this is our very good achievement of our contribution academy program. So we are writing new history again. And as a user group, so our goal is the beyond the user group. So we want to become a group that we're creating the open infrastructure together with the global communities. So, okay, thank you for listening our stories. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. And we have a booth on the second floor, so you can visit our Korea community booth to talking about how to contributing the OpenStack. Okay, thank you so much.